Hello, Nova Real Producers, your publisher, Kristen Brinley, and I'm here with the wonderful Lizzie Helmig. Thank you so much for being with us, Lizzie.
Thank you for having me, Kristen.
You are on the cover of our November issue. And if y'all haven't read it, make sure you do. It's a great story. I love these pictures too. And Lizzie, you have an amazing story. I'm excited to do this interview and lots of accolades. Like last year you did like $44 million in business. You've done about 200 million. And you were a solo agent for most of that career, even without a TC, you were telling me earlier, like touching everything, making your own systems. And let's see, Washingtonian Magazine, 4 years, Northern Virginia Magazine, #1 agent in KW Kingstown. Best of Zillow, just lots and lots of accolades. And you're on our cover and you're a part of Metro House. You launched my Metro House in September. That's a pretty big deal after 12 years in the industry. And I know you're focused on leadership and team building. Can you tell us a little bit about your story? Like, how did this happen? Why real estate? How did you end up in real estate?
So I was working I had a corporate job, and my family has always been in investment, especially in particular my mother. So I would help her find these flips or properties to hold. So we were working with an agent back then, and I just kept doing all the work for her. So it just I saw that my career in corporate was just getting a little bit boring. I wanted a little bit something more challenging where I could utilize my skills. And I said, oh, why not real estate? So although it was a very scary transition, I decided to do it and be my mom's realtor.
That's fantastic. Well, and there's a lot of people in this greater area. They're very happy that you did that. What do you think's been like the biggest, challenge as a realtor for you?
I don't think that there has been a challenge, because I take everything with stride. If there is a challenge, I learn from it. I give myself 5 minutes to kind of cry about it, think about it. And then I find solutions to get better and improve. So initially, yes, it was challenging to start from zero, but I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it right. So for the first 2 years in my real estate career, I really didn't take any breaks. I worked 7 days a week straight. And I just made it happen. So I think that with my experience initially going into real estate and seeing how just hard work pays off, I just continued with that mindset regardless of any challenge that I come across.
I love it. I think we were talking another time and we were talking about instead of challenge, opportunity. And I feel like you think that way, which is
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit, about your business.
So I'm still a solo agent after 12 years in real estate. I do now have an assistant. He's been with me for about a year, actually a little bit over a year. And I have a TC, and then I have some other positions filled like ISAs and things like that. So yeah, it's just me. I'm the rainmaker for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are definitely making it rain. Tell us, how does real estate fit into your dreams and goals?
Well, in every way. Real estate it's what I dream of doing daily. Meeting my clients' goals is always been, and of course mine, along with mine, has always been what drives me to keep going, even during the challenging times or when the market slows down. And it's part of the big dream that I have in order to just keep going and grow my business and see where this all takes me.
Well, that leads us a little bit into what defines success for you, Lizzie? What is success to you?
Success to me is just being able to do what I love, right? Because if I don't have the passion in what I am doing, I don't want to do this very, very, um, challenging job where my schedule is not mine, especially as a solo agent. Um, having to answer phone calls when I'm out of town, on vacation with my family, not being able to take as many days off. Um, so it's the passion and the excitement that I get is what real estate is to me.
Tell us a little bit about your family. That led kind of perfectly into that. Tell us a little about your family, Lizzie.
So I'm originally from South America, Bolivia. I migrated with my mother in 1985, and we moved to New York originally. I don't have no siblings, so only child. And yeah, it was quite an experience, arriving to New York a couple of days before 4th of July, coming from a very small city in Bolivia. So it was quite the transition. My parents have now retired. They're both in Bolivia, and I get to go visit them more often. It's wonderful. Now I'm starting to explore South America a little bit more than I have in the past.
Well, that's really cool. That's a different kind of start, right? And
Yeah.
I bet you can relate to a lot of different people because of stuff like that. What
Yes.
um what are you currently learning? Like what's important to you that you're learning right now?
I am learning how to run a business on my own, like create it from zero and take my vision and implement everything to get me there. So the first step for me was making the transition, leaving Keller Williams. I've always been with Remax, Pearson Smith, Keller Williams. So big firms behind me. So not having that support behind me, just basically doing it on my own and making it successful. Is what I'm learning. Next is hiring, recruiting.
Absolutely. Well, what other do you have any other like hobbies or interests outside of the business?
Yes, I like to cook. Not much time for that anymore, but recently just started again because I do enjoy it and I love ethnic foods. So I make Middle Eastern, I make Indian food. I mean, you name it, I make it. Um,
That's
I
fun.
also like to travel. Travel is my thing. I would say that along with the passion that goes into real estate, everything that I feel for real estate, traveling is what drives me. I love to experience different things, exciting things, new places, and real estate allows me to do that. So traveling is one of my favorite things to do.
I can relate to that. Do you have like an educational class, a mentor, or a book that's had its like a biggest impact on you?
So I've had several mentors. I've always been in coaching. I think that after the first couple of years in real estate, I hired my first coach, and just always been in coaching. So I'm currently with Mike Ferry. I was always with Tom Ferry, so it's very different, and I really like it. And but I would say that my mentor, the one that allowed me to build this foundation in real estate, is someone that I still admire and I look up to. He was back then 40 plus years in real estate. So when I think about a problem, when I come across an issue, a situation, I always think, what would he do and how would he handle it? So yeah.
That's actually fantastic to have that and to have that like moment to breathe and think and do different perspectives.
Mm.
Uh, what's been the biggest reason or reasons for your success, do you think?
I think a it's been a few things, and it's been hard work, obviously. Without hard work, I would have been able to accomplish anything. But it's just a drive that I have. Everything that I've done is just, for me, it's like full force, full in, and I'm just gonna get it done and I'm going to be successful at it.
Yes. What do you think sets you apart, makes you different?
So I love to put a personal touch in everything that I do, right? Because I think that sometimes a transaction becomes too transactional, and real estate can become very transactional. So just doing the little things for my clients is what I've heard many times over and over, my clients appreciating and giving me that feedback after a transaction or even during the transaction, and why they have referred other people to me. So I just, everything that I do, and this is also what I teach my, what I train my assistant, my TC, and everyone else that I work with, is adding that personal touch.
What do you think's like the greatest lesson you've learned while doing this?
Greatest lesson I've learned. Mental strength, I think, is not really a lesson, but it's just something that I've learned, that that regardless of what's happening, what's going around me, and the challenges that sometimes we come across, to just stay focused and just keep going.
Pretty
I've
good.
had several people mention that, like, I don't know how you do this. You're so mentally strong, because there's really not much that actually affects me. Like, no one would know that I am going through a situation, contracts falling apart and everything else. I'm the calm one, but that's that's what it takes to keep things, just flowing.
Hey, that's important for your clients and for your team.
Absolutely.
What do you want to be remembered for? I know you're still young, but like, what would you like to be remembered for?
So, it's just, I would say the compassion, the kindness that I treat people with, because for me, real estate is, yes, it's a way for me to make a living and meet my goals and things like that. But I generally love helping people. The most excitement I feel is when, someone was really struggling to purchase their first home and would have never thought about purchasing their home, and we make it happen, by riding through the challenges together and getting it done. So it's just, building those connections with people, long-term connections. A lot of my clients are like family. I attend weddings, birthdays, baby showers. They've traveled with me to Bolivia, and so it's a real friendship and a real connection that I make with my clients when I work with them.
Well, you heard it here. What is your what's your favorite thing, or what do you like about Real Producers?
I like the community. I just like how everyone tries to help each other out. Like, for example, when we needed a photographer, a videographer, I reached out and you had all these resources. And every time that we go to an event, it's about, just connecting with other top producers and other companies in the area that could help us out, and we could help each other out. So I do like that a lot. It's
Thank,
amazing.
thank you. Well, and thank you. You donated a nice amount to Love Justice International and save people from human trafficking. Like, thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
well, y'all heard it here at Real Producers. If you haven't read her story yet, make sure you do. And we'll see you at the next event. Thank you very much, Lizzie.
Thank you so much, Kristen. I appreciate your time. Bye.